And I guess with the offseason too, Amber mentioned in her exit interview that the number one priority was to land Kelsey in free agency again. Just how important was she to your team this year? How important has she been to the Fever? Obviously, the 8 years she's been with the franchise, and how badly do you want to keep her around?
I mean, yeah, she was the number one priority a year ago, and she's the number one priority this year.
All right.
It all started with one simple question. How important was Kelsey Mitchell to your team this year? Indiana Fever head coach Stephanie White didn't hesitate. She replied, "She was the number one priority a year ago, and she's the number one priority this year." That single line sent shockwaves through the WNBA community. Because for a team that just drafted Caitlin Clark, one of the most generational players in basketball history, this statement said a lot. White wasn't talking about Clark, the rookie who broke records, sold out arenas, and reignited national attention around the Fever. No, she was talking about Kelsey Mitchell. Let's talk about it. Kelsey Mitchell has been with the Fever for 8 seasons. She's been there through all the chaos, losing years, coaching changes, rebuilds, and disappointment. She's talented, consistent, and has earned her respect. Nobody denies that. But
I have not lost sight of the fact that when Caitlin Clark got injured, Stephanie White called it a, quote, blessing in disguise. I've also said that I believe if you gave Stephanie White truth serum, she would actually tell you she believes this team was better without Caitlin Clark. I believe that. And I felt that way for quite some time. I believe that she believes that Kelsey Mitchell is the superstar on this team.
when a coach publicly says the team's top priority isn't Caitlin Clark, people are going to ask questions. The comparison is impossible to ignore. Kelsey averaged 19.2 points this season. Caitlin Clark, as a rookie, averaged 19 points, 8.4 assists, the most in the league, and nearly 6 rebounds a game. But beyond numbers, Caitlin transformed how teams defended the Fever. She made defenses stretch to half court, opened up lanes, and elevated every player around her. Kelsey Mitchell is a gifted scorer. Caitlin Clark is a system changer. One gets you points, the other changes your franchise. So why would Stephanie White double down and publicly say Kelsey is the number one priority? That's the question everyone's asking. This isn't just about one player. It's about what kind of team the Indiana Fever want to be. Are they loyal, or are they legendary? Do they reward tenure, or do they chase greatness? Because here's the thing, loyalty gives you stability. Generational talent gives you championships. Now, what really turned fans...
Ultimately, what Christy Sides ended up running was Caitlin's system. Now, this year, you know, the second half of the season, it was the whatever system, motion offense system. But that system did not work very well for Kelsey. Now, Kelsey balled out, but she's going to ball out regardless. You know what I'm saying? And she's kind of a phenomenal player. But
now against White was when she described Caitlin Clark's injury as a blessing in disguise. Those words didn't sit well. When your star player, the face of your franchise, gets injured, calling it a blessing sounds less like optimism and more like indifference. Then came the confusion. First it was an ankle injury, then a groin strain, then precautionary. There was no consistent explanation. Fans started to wonder what was really happening behind the scenes. Why was there no transparency? Why so many mixed messages? In professional sports, teams that go silent usually have something to hide, whether it's internal tension, disagreements, or control issues. And it started to look like Caitlin's absence wasn't just about health, but about power. When Caitlin went down, Kelsey Mitchell's usage skyrocketed. She became the focal point. Every play, every late game set, every fast break ran through her. Her stats looked great, but the team didn't. That's the illusion. When a superstar isn't on the floor...
Now, Kelsey Mitchell is a very important piece. She's part of the big three. But there's only one Jordan-like generational talent on this team, and it's Caitlin Clark. The fact is, Kelsey Mitchell, Leah Boston, they were around before Caitlin showed up. And they got the number 1 overall pick to get Caitlin Clark.
And that
secondary players get more opportunities, more shots, and more highlights. But that doesn't make the team better. It just makes the numbers louder. It's like when LeBron James sits out, and suddenly the second option averages 30 for a week. But when LeBron comes back, everything resets because winning isn't about volume, it's about value. And Caitlin Clark's value goes beyond stats. She's not just a scorer, she's a creator. Her presence alone opens up Kelsey's game. In fact, when Caitlin was fully integrated post-Olympics last season, Kelsey's efficiency went up. She scored more, not less, when Caitlin was running the offense. That's what makes Stephanie White's comments so confusing. Because if the numbers prove Caitlin's system made everyone better, why act like she's not the foundation of the franchise? The answer might be politics. Kelsey Mitchell is a free agent. Caitlin Clark is on her rookie deal. Kelsey can negotiate, test the market, or walk. Caitlin can't. So when White says Kelsey is our top priority, it sounds less like
questions they ask is by far not good enough for me. I am sorry. I mean, you got Stephanie White right there. Ask these hardcore questions. What was really wrong with Caitlin Clark? The reason why she did not come back from that ankle injury. We never seen her in a boot. A groin injury is pretty much pulled muscle. Ask those tough questions. Ask her, do you believe had Caitlin Clark returned, y'all could have had a chance to go far? Now, granted, she might not have answered that one, but it wouldn't have hurt to ask.
Strategy and more like leverage, a way to make sure her veteran star doesn't leave. But here's the problem. When you publicly prioritize one player over your generational rookie, it sends the wrong message. It tells your locker room that politics matter more than performance. It tells your fans that loyalty matters more than legacy. That's how franchises lose direction. And the irony? The Fever already have the perfect trio to build around. Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, and Aaliyah Boston. That's your modern-day big three. Clark as the floor general, Mitchell as the off-ball scorer, Boston as the post anchor. It's balanced. It's dangerous. It's a contender in the making. But instead of refining that chemistry, White tried to force a motion offense that gave everyone touches, but no one identity. The result was predictable: inconsistency, confusion, and a loss of rhythm. Last season, under Christie's sides, when Caitlin finally got full control of the offense, Indiana looked electric. Kelsey's numbers didn't drop, they improved. Aaliyah's production went up too. The Fever were finally fun, dynamic, and competitive. Then White came in and tore up the formula. She tried to make it everyone's system, but in doing so, she made it no one's system.
I also believe part of Kelsey Mitchell's performance this year was the fact that Caitlin wasn't there to take some of those shots. The fact is, Kelsey Mitchell took some shots that would have been Caitlin's. Let's just be real. And because of that extra volume and the fact that she had to be the main offensive threat, it also caused an explosion in her stats.
And that's why fans are frustrated. Caitlin Clark isn't just a great player. She's a cultural movement. She sold out road games. She made Indiana basketball relevant again. She turned casual fans into diehards. That doesn't happen twice. To see the organization downplay her importance so quickly feels like deja vu for Fever fans who've been promised the future before, only to watch it fade. Let's be clear, Kelsey Mitchell deserves respect. She's a warrior, a scorer, and a leader. But she's not the generational engine that drives the Fever forward. She's a crucial part of the machine, not the whole design. The difference between being a franchise player and being a franchise piece is huge. You can build with Kelsey Mitchell, but you can't build around her. That's not an insult. That's basketball reality. If the Fever truly want to compete with the powerhouses like New York or Las Vegas, they need to recognize what they have. Caitlin Clark is the key to everything. She's the system, the identity,